Welcome, folks. I'm Kristine Hurst-Wajszczuk, and I'm so glad that you've joined us for Mindful Mondays. We'll begin with a short talk about mindfulness, followed by a guided meditation, and this will take about 15 minutes total. So you're welcome to sign off at that time, or you can stay for an additional 15 minutes for question and answer and discussion, and I won't be offended either way. And I also want you to know that you can share any experiences you have in this session, whether pleasant or unpleasant. So let's begin by addressing the obvious. We're all a little uncomfortable right now. The pandemic has changed how we're functioning in the world, and we're handling it in a variety of ways. Some of you might be very distressed, some just a little worried, and some might feel mostly fine with discomfort seeping in only occasionally. And all reactions are normal. Here's where meditation can help. We will all deal with discomfort in our lives, and building the skills to handle it when it comes can only work to our benefit. Meditators love metaphors, so I'm going to share one with you. And actually, I need to go get some props for that, which I forgot to get. So I will be right back very quickly. So when it comes to discomfort, some of us can only handle the amount of discomfort that fits into this little cup. And as you might imagine, it might overflow quite easily. And in meditation, we deal with discomfort on a second-by-second basis. It might be the simple discomfort of noticing how our mind wanders. It might be physical discomfort, which can range from the urge to scratch and itch to muscle pain to cramping. It might be emotional discomfort, which can be anything from slight worry to all-consuming distress. In meditation, we learn to observe all of these normal human reactions, and we practice not being carried away by them. We can choose to simply not respond to discomfort. And like the weather, most of the time, it just passes. By managing various kinds of discomfort in a situation such as meditation, we expand our ability to handle it. As it were, the size of our cup can grow. So after a few weeks of meditation, your cup might be able to hold this much discomfort. After a few months or years, it might grow to this size. Now, there's always a disclaimer. In the case of meditation, I'd like to offer you two. The first is that meditation is not a linear journey. It's different every day, and you might feel as if you had a great meditation one day, only to struggle with a mind that simply won't settle on the next day. And this is normal. In fact, settling your mind is not even the goal. The goal is to simply observe your thoughts and reactions, and let that task be enough. And believe me, it will be enough to keep you occupied. I invite you to approach each time you meditate with a beginner's mind, because you never know what you'll discover. And the point is not to get better at it, though you will get better over the long haul, but to simply do it regularly. I know several people that have been meditating for decades, and the thing I most often hear them say is, I've been meditating for 30 years and I'm just starting to get the hang of it. All by way of saying, just be gentle with yourself and just see where you are today. My second disclaimer is that if this exercise is simply too uncomfortable for you to manage, or if it brings up larger issues that need to be addressed, know that there are resources available to you. UAB student counseling is open for business, even remotely, and there are many other resources through the Mental Health Ambassadors, as you all well know. So you're more than invited to email me at khw@uab.edu. And you can certainly email Juhi, who is now managing this session. You can contact Dr. Lanza as well, and we can connect you with various options if you feel like you need more help. And there's never any shame in asking for help. So with that, why don't we settle in and do a short meditation? So you are welcome to sit however you are comfortable. You are welcome to lie on the floor in semi-supine, which is simply on your back with your knees bent. Whatever you feel would be comfortable for about the next 10 minutes. I do invite you to have both feet on the floor if you are seated, rather than crossing your legs. While we often cross our legs because it's comfortable, over a period of time that tends to get uncomfortable. So as we settle in, I invite you to close your eyes if that is comfortable for you. You may also allow your gaze to soften, your gaze to unfocus. And those are two ways that you can cut down on visual distraction. And as you settle in, I invite you to bring your attention to the breath. Where do you notice it most readily at this moment? Is it the sensation of the air entering and exiting your nose? If so, allow your attention to rest there. Is it the sensation of your belly moving? Is it the sensation of your chest rising and falling? You might notice all of these, but wherever your attention is most easily drawn, allow it to rest very gently there at this time. And as your breath continues to be your focus, realize that we are not trying to control the breath, neither its speed nor its depth. We are also not evaluating the breath. We're not labeling it as fast or slow or shallow or deep. We're just noticing it. See if you can notice each inhalation and each exhalation with a kind of gentle curiosity. Where exactly, when exactly does inhalation become exhalation, and vice versa? You might notice even though your attention is resting on your breath. That your thoughts become distracted now and then. This is normal. And I invite you to, each time a thought disturbs your attention, to simply notice it and then turn your attention back to the breath. There are no good thoughts and there are no bad thoughts. You might even find that you've been thinking without realizing you were thinking. That too is normal. Simply return your attention to the breath with great kindness and great gentleness to yourself. You might notice too that in addition to thoughts, you might notice sensations, discomfort, whether it's the urge to scratch an itch or to shift in your seat. Notice this discomfort and notice that at the moment it becomes apparent to you, you have a choice. You can choose to scratch that itch, or you can observe it with curiosity and choose not to react to it, simply allowing the itch to pass, or the muscular discomfort to abate on its own. See if you can approach that with curiosity, with a sense of choice, and the knowledge that these things are temporary. And at this time, allow your awareness to widen beyond your thoughts, beyond your sensations, even beyond your breathing, to take in the space around you, the chair or whatever surface you are sitting on, the room you're in. Take in the sounds and feelings of this space, knowing that in a moment you will be rejoining it. And when you are ready, open your eyes.